Hi Leo, welcome to August. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have a lot going on. Mars, we start the month off on August 1st with Mars, Uranus, and the North Node in Taurus in your 10th house of career. So there could be some sudden changes and unexpected announcements, developments happening in that area. Mercury moves into Virgo on August 5th. We have a full moon in Aquarius in your 7th house of partnerships on August 11th. Venus moves into your sign on August 12th. Mars moves into Gemini on August 21st. We have Uranus in Taurus going retrograde on the 24th. At the same time, the Sun moves into Virgo. And then we have a new moon in Virgo, which is in your 2nd house of money on the 27th. So we'll get into that in a few minutes. Let's see what the cards say for Leo. What does Leo need to know about love and relationships for the month of August? And if you're having a birthday this month, happy birthday, Leo. For those August-born lions. Okay, so what does Leo need to know about love and relationships? What is coming up for Leo this month, August 2022? And this is sun, moon, or rising, but especially rising. What does, especially the astrology, what does Leo need to know about love and relationships for August 2022? The Page of Wands, the Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles in the past, the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Did I say the, yeah, okay. The Emperor, the Three of Pentacles in your environment, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so you may be stressed out over something. Maybe you feel like a relationship is shaky this month. But because I feel like you're cutting out whatever's not working for you. And you had the Page of Wands here at the beginning, so that's good news is coming in. You may get a message unexpectedly in August from someone. The page, pages can represent children sometimes. If it's not a child, it could be a relationship at the beginning stages. Sometimes pages can represent the beginning stages of a relationship. So if you've started a new relationship and it's at the beginning, and I feel like, you know, you have these pages and knights, so there could be some new, like, young developments where things are just getting off the ground. Anyway, the Page of Wands usually as a message represents good news. And it could come through a relative or someone or a friend. You have the Hierophant here. So you could be looking for security, wanting to make a commitment possibly. The Hierophant is about, sometimes the Hierophant can mean you're dealing with someone who's stubborn or something that's, if you're in a long-term relationship, you might be thinking of commitment, doing the right thing one way or another. Do you want to make a commitment? You're not looking for a frivolous relationship. I feel like you're looking for more security. And maybe you want to create something more stable, something that's going to last. You could be dealing with someone who's stubborn. The Hierophant sometimes relates to someone who is very set in their ways and not open to change. So if that's not you, it could be your partner. But what's stopping the good things from coming up is that you're dealing with something that's rigid. So it could be, maybe you need to look at things from a different perspective and be a little bit more flexible, not so stubborn. Or if you're dealing with a partner, those are the issues that are holding you back. Where one of you wants to make changes, one of you wants to grow, the other person is like stuck in their pattern or in their path, and they're not budging. In the past, you had the Five of Pentacles, and it's next to this Nine of Swords, so you might have been feeling cut off or lonely, maybe having some financial problems, because the Five can represent instability. Maybe there's someone you're interested in, and you're not sure if you're good enough, like you're going through, like, I don't know if I have anything to offer. I don't know if I'm liking someone that's out of my league, or I'm wanting to connect with someone and it's out of my league, or you're feeling rejected, like you're feeling like it's really a head trip. I'm not good enough. Those feelings of insecurity, and it's not true. It may not be true. It's just that that's what you're telling yourself. So you really you may need to talk to someone or talk to the person. And find out how they actually feel, because it may not be how they feel. It might just be what you're thinking. The Nine of Swords is a card of worry, mental stress. So you might be overthinking a relationship this month. Like, I don't know, you're imagining all these scenarios. Especially if you're thinking about making a commitment. You're thinking, well, if I commit to this relationship, what do I have to offer? Is it going to last? Am I going to wind up being heartbroken? A lot of things are going through your head. Now you have the Knight of Cups energy here. This is something that has influenced you, but is now fading. You might have gotten some kind of romantic offer or proposal. Because it's near the 9, I feel like, well, the person represented by the Knight of Cups is someone who's very romantic, maybe even a little immature when it comes to love. So you could be dealing with someone. That could be you. Maybe you're imagining, well, the perfect relationship should be like this. We ride off into the sunset, we live happily ever after. And, every relationship, even the best relationship, nothing is perfect. You have to work through difficulties. But it's how you work through those disagreements and difficulties that makes or breaks the relationship. So you might be having this dream lover in your mind, like, oh, I wish I could be with someone like this. This is my vision. And if the reality doesn't match your vision or your dream, you think the relationship doesn't have value. That could be one scenario. The other scenario is that you're involved with someone who's very creative, very imaginative, but they can be a little bit unrealistic, or they could be a little bit like they leave stuff out. You may feel like you can't trust them, or they're not telling you the whole story. Because the Knight of Cups, if something is being offered to you, or it has been, because this is a past influence, you want to get the whole story, because you may be hearing half of the story. So before you make a decision about a relationship, dig deeper and get the whole story. Coming up in the future, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like, in addition, this is a love reading, but it's also this career success coming up for you. Because I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you're taking a new path in your career, and it's going to lead to recognition. You're going to have to be more organized, more disciplined, and take things one step at a time. But I feel you could make significant progress in your career this month. Because you have the Three of Pentacles in your environment, and that's a card of recognition. I think people are finally realizing what your talents are and what you have to contribute, and you might be getting a promotion or a raise or something where you're feeling recognized finally for your work. And if your career path is changing, you might be at the very beginning stages of learning some new skills. You have this Knight of Pentacles coming in the future. So I feel like in terms of love, you could be hooking up with someone who is very practical, very down to earth, but doesn't like to rush things. So don't rush a relationship. You could be letting go of the romantic dreamer, because this is passing. And you could be wanting to connect with someone who offers more financial security, or who's just more stable in their personality, more down to earth. You have this Emperor energy here. This is a card of, and it's in your negative thinking sector. So this is a card of maybe you want to meet someone that is very stable, that you can depend on, that is organized, disciplined. It could be a boss figure or an authority figure. But maybe a part of you is thinking, oh, I don't think I could ever meet that kind of person. Like you have your dream, your goal of what you'd like in a relationship, but your negative thinking is blocking it. So it's really important to think positive and to stop, like, don't do the negative self-talk. Don't say, don't feel that you're not worthy or you can't be accepted in a group, or, especially if you're being offered a position of leadership. Because I'm seeing some career stuff as well as, I think it works both ways. How you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, controls what you attract both in love and in your career. So don't settle for less. Start to feel empowered, like, yeah, I can do this. I can be a leader. I can attract a good relationship. I can attract someone who's got it together. If you've had this pattern in the past of attracting these people that are unreliable, or being in a job where you're not being recognized or promoted, that can change. But you have to start, the change has to start from within. You have to start believing more in yourself. And here you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is in your wish fulfillment sector. So I feel like you're in transition. There could be a new relationship developing or a new situation developing this month, and you're going to play a wait and see attitude. Like, okay, let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens. So don't kill a new beginning with self-doubt, is what I'm saying. Allow good things to come and say, yeah, I'm worthy of these good things. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of success. I'm worthy of being recognized. And I am good enough. I am enough. Forget about good enough. I am enough. I have talents. I can contribute to the group. I can be recognized, rewarded. I can be loved. Those are that's the mantra that you want to focus on this month. And you could create something that's very stable. But I feel like a lot of it revolves around your expectations and your belief in yourself. And then you have the Three of Swords. So you could be healing from a breakup still. Maybe you decided to end a relationship with someone that was not being truthful to you, or was not really committing, and you want more of a commitment. You want someone that's got your back. So I feel like you're going to be cutting out. You're going to see more clearly, what do I need to keep in my life, and what do I need to cut from my life, and focus more on the people that are supportive, that are going to take you where you want to go, and release the people that are draining your energy. I think that's the theme this month. But I'm also seeing, I feel like good news is coming. Success is coming. That will help offset any heartache that you've been through. So hold on to that goal and dream and believe in yourself. So let's see what the angels have to say for Leo. What message do you have? Sometimes the Three of Swords, it doesn't mean the end of a relationship. It could just mean that, you have a separation and both people are hurting, and maybe you feel sorry about what happened and you want to patch things up somehow. That could happen too in some cases, where you get a message from someone, or you yourself give a message to reach out to someone so that you could patch things up and heal things. Okay. Let's see what the angels have to say to Leo. Encouragement. Okay, so, and the angels are saying, your love is invaluable to the earth and to those around you. Even though you may not always see the positive effect your love has on others, trust, for it does. Each time you offer love through a loving gesture, thought, or word, you plant a seed of love. And love always generates more love. Trust and continue your loving work. So that's your message from the angels. Let's look at the astrology. Okay, so the Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction. When Mars and Uranus come together, it's like fireworks. It's explosive, it's sudden change, sudden developments. It's in your 10th house of career. So I feel it. There could be a major shift in your career this month. Or even in your life. That 10th house is not only career path, life path, it's also relationship status. So you can go from single to married, married to single. Things are rocking in your public life. You're going to be seen differently after this aspect. And then with the North Node being there, it's kind of pointing you in the direction you need to go in. And in Taurus, you need to follow the path that leads to greater security and greater self-worth. Your values are changing. So maybe the type of relationship that you once valued no longer appeals to you. You want something solid and steady. So you may wind up being with someone that's more down to earth and stable and less exciting because it offers you something that's more practical, more durable. That's happening on August 1st. And so that's going to be major for everyone, even the world. But in your house, it's going to happen mostly in your 10th house of career. So it's an angular house, so you're going to feel it more than the other signs. Then we have this full moon. Let's see what else is happening. Mercury goes into your second house. So you're thinking of ways to earn more money when Mercury goes into Virgo. And then we have this full moon. The full moon is happening in your 7th house of partnerships. So and it's conjunct Saturn. So you're seeing the reality of your partnerships. You're seeing, when Saturn's in the 7th house and with this full moons bring things to the surface. So you're seeing the reality, you're seeing the truth. You're saying, okay, now I know what I need to do. So you can't sweep things under the rug anymore and pretend that nothing is wrong. If something's wrong, you have to fix it. Saturn says you have to make a commitment. You have to realize what do I have to do? What kind of work do I have to do to keep this together? If something's not right, you may decide to end a relationship. Saturn could go either way. Sometimes people wind up breaking a relationship with Saturn. Other times they just work harder and make a commitment and decide, no, I want this to stay in my life. I'm going to do what I need to do to make it happen. But in any case, it's revealing certain things to you, certain truths. And because it's square Mars and Uranus, you could just decide, you know what, I'm in this relationship, this person doesn't want to commit, I'm out of here, I'm done. Or I've been in this relationship for a long time, this person's really important to me, I want a commitment. And you propose or something like that. So it could go either way. It's just a matter of what stage you're at in the relationship and if you're willing, what you're willing to do. Am I willing to make a commitment? Am I willing to do the work? Or is this too heavy, too much of a burden, and I need to drop it because it's holding me back? Because Saturn can be a restrictive influence too. If you are in a relationship with someone, it's probably, there's an age difference between you, where one person acts like the parent to the other. Maybe that dynamic needs to change. So if you're the parent, maybe you need to stop being the mother or the father to someone and let them start to grow up and stand on their own 2 feet. If you're the baby, then maybe it's time for you to start growing up and become the adult. Either way, now at the same time, the North Node is trine Mercury. Mercury's in your second house. It's the house of communication, thinking. So maybe you need to speak up about the things that you need. What do I value? What do I need? Do I need more money? If I need more money, maybe I need to speak up about it. Maybe I need to make changes in my career so that I'm earning more money, so that I'm receiving more love. Venus has been in your 12th house in Cancer. So when Venus is in the 12th house, you keep your feelings to yourself. You might have a secret love. You maybe have secret feelings for someone. You haven't told them about it. But Venus is going to move into Leo this month. And that's going to happen on August 12th, the next day. When Venus crosses your ascendant, if you're not in a relationship, you could attract love. You could suddenly meet someone that rocks your world, that brings romance. And you're going to be more in the mood to be with people and to be more charming. When Venus is in your first house, you're attracting love. You're friendlier, you're more charming, you're more flirty. So when Venus moves into Leo, that's going to be good for your love life. So I feel like you can attract new love, or even if it's not new love, you'll be more loving. So just by being more loving, you will attract more love. So you can fix a partnership, if you're in a relationship, or you can wind up leaving it and meeting somebody new. Venus is, right now with the full moon, Venus is sextile Neptune, so that's like the dream lover card aspect, I should say. And Neptune is in your 8th house. The only thing I would say is be careful around any kind of money situations. If someone's promising you money, or if you're signing contracts that have to do with financial support, like getting a loan from a bank, or just make sure you look at all the details, because when Neptune can create deception or confusion, even if someone's not trying to deceive you, there just may be things that you're overlooking and you need to look more carefully before you sign on the dotted line. Venus at some point, before it moves into Leo, is going to oppose Pluto from your 6th and 12th house. So that could be, you have to get serious about your health. Venus usually relates to, eating rich foods and sugar. Stay away from sugar. If it has to do with work, there could be some power struggles with people that you work with. Manipulation, you want to be careful that someone is not working behind the scenes, especially like a Venus ruled person. Just be careful that you're not gossiping or getting involved in situations, because with the full moon, they could come out. Like if you said something about somebody, it could come out. Or if someone's been talking about you behind your back, that could come out. Just be aware of that with your relationships at work, because Pluto represents power, dealing with people in power, power struggles, manipulation, sometimes betrayal. That's the negative. The positive thing about Pluto is becoming empowered. So the way to handle the Pluto energy is not to work for your selfish goal. I want to get ahead in life, but I want to bring everybody with me. You want to do something that's going to benefit everyone, not just yourself. Because when you use Pluto energy in a selfish way, it usually works against you, and you wind up having some kind of ego, the word I want to say, a blow to your ego. Because Pluto will destroy people that are working for selfish ends. So if it's not you, it could be someone in your environment. You find out, wow, this person's been deceptive, or this person's been abusing their power. It's going to come out. It could come out at this time. And it will change the dynamic at work. What else is happening? Mars is squaring Saturn. So you may feel blocked by authority figures. You may feel that, you want to do things, you want to take action, but there's a lot you have to get through. You have a lot of obstacles to get through before you can get there. So don't give up the battle. Saturn is just Saturn's trying to make you stronger. Saturn is saying, look, this is the reality. If you want to get from A to B, you have to go through this. And if you have the stamina and if you really want this goal, you'll do the work. If you don't want it, well, then you'll just let it go, fall apart. So it's really up to you. Do you want this thing to work, this relationship? Now's the time that things may come to a head, and you have to make a decision, one way or another. So it's like a make or break time. Then, let's see. Mars moves into Gemini on the 21st. We have Uranus going retrograde. When Mars goes into Gemini, it's going to be in your 11th house. So you're going to be maybe more social, dealing with friendships and groups. You might be joining new groups or making new friends. Uranus goes retrograde in your 10th house. You might be rethinking your career path. Like, is this what I really want? Where do I want my life to go? What's my strategic plan? Where do I want to be 5 years from now? Is what I'm doing now leading me to that goal or not? And then the sun moves into Virgo on the 24th, and we have the new moon on the 27th. Now, this new moon is in your 2nd house of money. And so it could be a new beginning where you're figuring out how to bring more income. You have a new chance to make more money. Maybe you get a raise. Maybe you start valuing yourself more. You can say, you know what, maybe I need a new job that pays more. Or how can I figure out, it's also a new way of, like your values are changing. And you have a chance to have a new beginning in how you value yourself. So if you're not getting what you deserve in a situation, whether it's a relationship or a career path, it's time for a new beginning where you can get what you deserve. Maybe, and it starts with, I feel like this month is like self-esteem, working on yourself, working on what your value is, what you bring to the table, and are you being loved enough? Are you being compensated enough? And you have this new beginning. You could get some kind of opportunities through friends, because Mars is trining Mercury in your third house, friends and your relatives. But you may also decide to cut some people out of your life, because Mars is squaring this new moon in your house of friendship. So if there are people that you've been hanging around with that are not really on your side or not on your team, you may decide to distance yourself from them and just focus on what do I need to do to get to my goal, and what kind of people do I need around me that are going to support me in that endeavor. Uranus is still in your 10th house, and Venus moves into the first house now. It's in your first house, and it's squaring Uranus, it's forming a T-square, because Venus is opposing Saturn and squaring Uranus. So there's major changes in your relationships. When Venus opposes Saturn, you may feel that it's like Saturn kind of puts a damper on love. You may feel that love is a lot of work, that a relationship, you have to work really hard to maintain the relationship. And so you may suddenly, some of you may just decide, this isn't worth it. I don't want to do this work. I just want somebody else. And you may just shift suddenly into a new path. Because Venus square Uranus can bring a sudden relationship, like you suddenly connect with somebody new. It could bring something unexpected out of the blue. And then you have to make a decision. Do I want to stay with what I have, or do I want to end it because it's not working and go on this new path towards someone new? That could possibly happen for some people. Venus is trining Chiron, and that's in your 9th house. So you have some healing to do, like around your belief system. What do you believe is possible for you? And also around education. Maybe you feel like, I don't have the skills because I didn't go to college, or I don't have that degree, but you have life skills. So don't cut yourself down. And if you need extra skills to be recognized, get that degree, finish that degree, get that training, get that education. Do some traveling. Change your thinking about yourself, your belief about what is possible. Because Jupiter wants to see you succeed. Jupiter's in your 9th house. Jupiter is giving you opportunity to teach what you know, to learn what you don't know, to connect with other people from different cultures, to reach out, get out of your comfort zone and be exposed to different things and different people and different places. So you could do some traveling when Jupiter's in the 9th. Maybe you need to go on a trip, get away from the everyday world. Mars is sextile Jupiter. So Mars is giving you this energy. I feel like you're going to connect with some friends, with new groups of people that are going to lead you to change your beliefs in some way. And you may even wind up doing some traveling with these people. You might decide, like, hey, let's go on a trip, let's do this, let's do that. Whatever it is, it's going to expand your consciousness. And it's going to get you out of your comfort zone. And because of that, it's going to also affect how you feel about yourself. And it's going to lead to major changes in how you are seen in the world and in your success, in your relationships. It's going to affect every area of your life, your home, because what's happening is you're getting activated. Your angles on your chart are getting activated. So your first house of self, how am I seen in the world? 4th house of home, 7th house of relationships, 10th house of career and life path, my public house, how people see me out in public. There could be some sudden shifts in your life. Like Uranus Mars is like some kind of crisis, but it leads to you taking action to get on a better path. So don't fear change. I tell people, especially now with this Mars-Uranus North Node aspect, you can either be the agent of change or the victim of change. So if you like this reading, click on the link in the description box And if you want a private reading, we can do a private reading based on your specific situation. In the meantime, have a wonderful birthday. Have a wonderful August. Don't be afraid of change. Change can be good. It can lead you on the proper path. If you're wasting your time in a situation that's not serving you, all this energy is really freeing you. It's meant to free you so that you could follow the path that speaks to your soul and is taking you in a direction you need to go in. So that's my forecast. Enjoy August, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.